Half the time I watch Papa Gun videos, I just go to the original. See, look at that. Perfect. You're banned.
Clearly, people want to even watch XQC be in the corner and go.
Doesn't matter if they want to watch it, bro. Doesn't transform it.
If that's your point of view, I agree with you.
He doesn't, though. You don't agree that XQC should be shunned. You're disagreeing with him in an agreeable tone. It's insufferable.
It's a watch party.
It is a watch party.
It's not.
You're not wrong about that at all.
Hey.
I think XQC would agree with that. That person, they still make videos all the time. But I was wrong. I owned up to it.
Dude, he's lying. No, he didn't. He refused to say the name of the person, which I'm assuming is JXE. Ethan even pushed him on this last episode. Hasan was still justifying why he can't do his own stuff. He's like, well, my mommy's not home to make me chicken. Sometimes I pause the video. Oh, I've considered doing something like a transition screen when I go potty. Dude, what? This has to be a strategy to make Ethan look better. There's no way that Hasan is babbling like this. It's just being so wrong. Okay, guys, listen. It's time for a little Hasan, Ethan drama. We always love it. I came on. I'm a little late today to the stream, but I had to get on to talk about this because, of course, tomorrow I won't be streaming. I don't usually stream on Sundays because I'm streaming on the Rob and Dan channel, that podcast with my wife that you can check out on YouTube. What? That was so organic. What a plug. Anyway, yeah, you know, after the whole XQC Ethan Klein debate, you know, it's been like a fun little mess. You know, React content is always getting yelled at every once in a while. You know, it's fun. And then it dies down, and then because, like, you know, that is what it is. Yeah, I don't. That's so. But anyway, apparently Hasan and Ethan had a little bit of a tussle back and forth about the debate. And I want to see. Oh, and Hasan already looks a little scared, so I want to see how he reacts. So let's see what we got here. So we're gonna react. By the way, I'm not a reacting YouTuber. I'm a conversationalist. Okay. Thank you so much for the 7-month sub, DRS 2321. I'll lick your head if you finish God of War. I did finish it, so let's go.
All right. So you watched the XQC thing.
I did. I stole it. I stole it from you.
Listen.
I like that. I feel like Hasan has got a little sadness in his voice. Maybe that's just me.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You actually did ask permission, which I thought was funny. You don't. I mean,
well,
listen, you can react to it.
Because I want to make sure that, like, you know, it's not cooking your re-upload or anything. You know what I mean? Because
you're good.
There was like that bot channel. Did you DMCA them? Or
I was going
they took
to,
it down.
dude.
Yeah,
I was like, Dan,
they retweeted
it right now, and they both fucking panicked.
Yeah.
And privated it.
Wow. I wonder if that's I know they're talking about last episode. They talked about how, like, people will rip stuff from Hasan that Hasan doesn't upload, and they'll put it onto their YouTube channel. And like, I'm pretty sure Hasan, like, wants you to do that. He, like, if he doesn't upload it to his channel, he wants you to put it on there because it's just more Hasan awareness. More than anything else. Like, he encourages it. It's a real thing, right? So that's the thing. So that's just, like, funny that he's like, oh, they must have got scared, bro. You probably reached out to them and said, hey, just take that down. You know, wait a little bit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't doubt it. That's the strategy, is to get into everybody's brains. It's just like you constantly see Hasan. You know, he's just up there with the other people. You know, he reacts hard enough on his main YouTube videos, but sometimes he just plays something on stream. With, like, no real intention to react, and then people will rip it and upload it, and, like, he doesn't do anything about it for a reason. So
every time you see one of my videos like that where they just do the thumbnail rip and it's just like a straight VOD rip.
Again, I don't care about the thumbnail rip. Like, to me, as long as you add, like, you know, time and decent, you know, it doesn't have to be great commentary, you know, because that's subjective, but, like, some kind of commentary that's, like, meaningful. You know, if you watch a video that's about, I don't know, like, something going on, and you notice a bee, and you have a lot of beekeeping knowledge, and you ramble about a bee for 5 minutes about how bees are dying or something, like, okay, that's fine. But like, and the thumbnail too, like, if you, like, you know, you put your face in it, no one's gonna look at a thumbnail that's, like, edited from somebody else that is, like, 30% someone else's face over the thing and go, well, that's confusing. They're gonna go, oh, it's a reaction. And if they like reactions, they'll watch it. If they don't like reactions, they won't watch it. Like, that's it. So I don't really care about the thumbnail thing at all. You know, I feel like the biggest issue is, are they transforming the video enough through adding, you know, dialogue and whatnot?
Click on all these videos, you'll see it's all like Roblox, you know, V-Bucks, Fortnite, how to achieve.
So they're watching, interestingly. I wasn't sure if they were, but yeah, you all motherfuckers are on notice. No more of that shit. You understand? Because they upload like XQC uploads, and I'm not having any of that.
Yeah, they do all of that.
All right, let me ask you. Let me ask you about the take you had
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so when I was talking to XQC, and he said, "Oh well, no, you don't react hard enough either."
Yeah, sometimes Hasan doesn't react. Listen, I don't think that Hasan doesn't react hard enough sometimes. I mean, you know, so I understand sometimes you play a video. I play videos sometimes with the intention to react, and then there's like nothing to react to, and then I'll usually just stop it. So I get that. But I think that, and maybe I'm wrong because I don't, Hasan has me banned from his Twitch stream because I said I'm here to hate farm, and it's a joke, and he got upset. My understanding is he just watches stuff sometimes so people are entertained on his stream. So it's like, well, why would you do that? I mean, that just seems silly. If it's not acceptable to post as a video, I don't think it should be acceptable to post in a stream either.
And you said this is why Ethan's argument is not good, because it always devolves into you don't react hard enough.
Because at the end of the day, there are no clear-cut guidelines, no clear-cut boundaries on like what to do, no like standardized best practices. And the argument always will, in the eyes of the audience especially, devolve into...
I don't think so. I think I circumvented that pretty good.
I want to hear what he says fully before I...
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm not kidding.
Shut up, Ethan. Shut up, idiot.
It will always devolve into you're not reacting hard enough. Obviously, there are boundaries.
So, like, listen, that I understood to the first point. No, we don't have like a set in stone like what is reacting hard enough. But we also can look at somebody who watches a 20-minute video and only makes it into a 21-minute video and go, that's not reacting hard enough. Like, we can know that, right? Like, we're not fucking idiots. You know, we might not have a perfect standard, but we can know that that's just ridiculous. Again, to me, I made this point, is I think that your reaction needs to be enough so that if somebody doesn't like you or reaction content, that they're going to turn it off, right? Like I said, like, let's say there's a video about whatever, I don't know, how birds love fucking acorns. I don't know. Squirrel birds, the brand new phenomenon. They're doing each other and they're making babies. And that's its 15-minute video, and it's like, whatever. And you react to it, right? And your reaction's only 16 minutes. To me, that's not enough, because then if somebody does click on your video, they'll be able to... They should get bothered if they don't want specifically a reaction or a commentary on that video. Like, the commentary audience shouldn't be watching it for comment. Like, they should only be watching it for the well, obviously you want to watch the core video too, but it's the commentary aspect of it, right? So, like, if you could watch it and you can get the full experience without like a rambling fat fucking 33-year-old piece of shit, then like you're basically just re-uploading it to me. So like a 1 minute on a 15-minute video is nothing. But if that 15-minute video turns into like a 25-minute video, like you're there for the commentary, So that's really what it comes down to. Are you there for the commentary, or are you just waiting for the commentary to be over to watch like the full video, right? So the way I do videos, like, there's no way that you're not there for the commentary. You're obviously looking to hear what I have to say about something. For XQC, bro, like, it's up in the air. This motherfucker doesn't react. He doesn't really do anything, And it's like ridiculous. Now, personally, if XQC played one of my videos and like barely reacted to it, I wouldn't care. I would actually like that, because his audiences would possibly cross over into my audience, and I think that it could be potentially beneficial. I'm a reactor too, so I guess it could take away from my audience, but I doubt it. I also think reaction audiences are much more parasocial and much more likely to watch through their own, like, original individual too. But that's it. So I think that there can at least be a conversation about like a reasonable standard of reacting to stuff. So
that I think aren't established, but like most people,
what is this? How do I get up
most
here,
people
bro?
understand are bad. However, especially if you're doing like long form content, especially if you're doing live streamed content without pre-production like you do, because you have your own version of that, as well as like the members only broadcast, there will always be lulls and moments of like dead air.
Yeah, turn the video off. Turn the video off. You're going through your like $1 million struggle right now. There's going to be moments where it's not going to be perfect. Yeah, okay, just turn your video off. Don't stream so much. You shouldn't have taken an exclusivity contract. Play a video game. Like, what do you want me to tell you? You know what I mean? Figure it out, idiot. That's all
Or even you getting up. But that's also live reaction.
Here I'm talking, and I made it clear, I'm talking specifically about his YouTube channel. I wouldn't make this claim. Okay, well, that's something I made clear at the beginning. So so we're talking about his YouTube channel. Now, I would never claim that about streaming, because I agree that streaming is too much of a gray area.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that that's like I think that it just exists to justify like Hasan, like literally turning videos on and barely reacting to them sometimes, and that's your friend. And I think that it's just like one of those. It's a concession just because of that, which is fine. But if it's not okay to upload the video on YouTube, it's not okay to stream it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just I don't, you know. I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. It just seems silly to me.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever even been tested, so there's not really any precedent in that regard. So, in the context of talking about his YouTube channel, I have to
Why don't I give my chair a chance to react sometimes? That's a good question. I'll do that right now.
Disagree that it's not about react harder. There's clearly zones. There's like S tier zones, which would be, for example, I'll say one of my old reaction videos, which is like highly produced with sketches. It's like obvious, right?
Sure.
And then there's a massive gray zone, which this podcast would probably even fall in, which would be like high up in the gray zone.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so. His podcast seems to do like decently, I think. Although sometimes they'll watch like a clip or whatever, but I think it's fun.
Regardless, I'm just trying to show you what I mean.
Because it's pre-cut. The videos that we watch are pre-cut.
That doesn't matter.
I think it does matter.
Well,
even because
it doesn't matter. Fair use doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh
matter.
yeah. But I'm saying, like, the way I see it, your highly edited sketch videos, your sketch react videos,
those are S tier.
Yeah, those are S tier. This podcast would be like a little bit below it, but it still is like we're cutting this live. But every single thing that we're looking at, we already know what we're going to be looking at.
By gray zone, I mean like we can have a discussion about it.
Sure.
It's all debatable, and that's the nature of fair use. It's all up to a judge and jury to decide based on
or the people too. I mean, I understand that there is the aspect that people are like, oh, I don't want to put a copyright claim in because I feel like it might turn into Twitter drama. I also do think though that like for the most part, it's part of kind of like the YouTube flow to let people like react to full videos. And I think that there's, especially in the political community, like it's actually, like it's just so normal. Nobody even talks about it's normal, and it's generally considered like a positive for both the reactor and the reactee. And again, that's the conversation about the difference between conversational content versus versus entertainment content, right? You know, if I'm sitting here and I'm watching a video like Brittany Venti talk like with Rollo Tomasi, I consider that conversational content, right? Whereas like entertainment content, I would consider like a Vince Vintage video about Subway Jared, which is a good video. You should watch it, or you can watch my reaction. No, but watch his, right? And so I feel like this is mostly over. I feel like almost all of it has been over, specifically, it seems to be over entertainment content rather than conversational content. But I think there's a place for it. I think it's a cool part of the YouTube and part of the atmosphere. Legally, is it okay? I don't really know. I mean, I would say yes, but again, like they said, it's a debatable thing that would have to go to a judge and jury and be a lot of time, effort, and energy. I personally think regardless of the legalities of it, there's a moral aspect to it of like, hey, like make sure that like you make it your own, you know, give something to, you know, do something, do more than just go, oh, that's fucking crazy. Like do something more than put your own voice on like 25% increased speed and ramble and, you know, walk away and stuff. It's just from like a respect perspective, you know, do a little bit more. You know, obviously it's fun to do like low effort reactions and whatnot, but I don't necessarily do it because I like to do low effort stuff. I do it because I enjoy doing commentary and I try to fill, you know, I have a lot to say. And if you don't have a lot to say, then just do something else. You know what I mean? So
merits of this one particular instance. And so that's what I mean. There's like a massive gray zone. And I would include like sniper.
And then even, excuse me, sorry. Even, like Jubilee seems to encourage the behavior because I think it's been very positive for them. They want people to react and they want to share what's going on and they want, you know, and they want it to circulate in different ways, shapes, and forms. I think people see a lot of value in like a lot of react content and like that social conversation type content. And, you know, so I do. I mean, Brittany Simon just did a reaction to like a conversation my wife and I had about like, you know, disciplining your kids from our Rob and Dan channel. She was in my stream and I recommended it to her. Because I want to, you know, it's more awareness to who Papa Gut is, and I like Brittany.
Wolf at the bottom of the gray zone.
I think Sniper Wolf does fine. I mean, not for nothing, but she compiles like 20, 10 TikToks. Like although it's shit commentary is what the issue isn't the compiling of TikToks. The issue is like the shit commentary. People are giving me a lot of shit because I made a video when I talked about this. I was like, it doesn't really matter what you say as long as you add some runtime. People are like, no, Papa God, it needs to be like actual meaningful commentary. And I guess I never thought of it like that because I feel like I try to do meaningful commentary, but at the same time, like for me, I don't like to think that like I'm like an incredible meaningful person. You know, but I guess that's just valuing myself a little too low. I mean, I feel like at the very least I do add meaningful meaningful commentary to what I'm doing. So that would be the issue there, is it's not really meaningful. You know, then again, it's throwaway TikTok clips, so I don't necessarily give a shit about that, you know? So.
Yeah. I've seen...
Now,
dude, I've seen...
now, below the gray zone, there's like unacceptable, dog shit, straight up content theft.
Yeah, just
that's
like
where XQC is.
Direct re-uploads of someone else's YouTube video would be at the bottom, right? Like,
no, it's
not even like
outside the gray zone. It's in the black zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, black zone would be.
Wow, that's racist. I can't believe these racist white people talking about the black zone. Jesus Christ.
The unacceptable barrier would be like at the top of that barrier. You have like someone who's a streamer who like uploads a straight VOD rip.
I think in the black zone too is the people who put water in their mouth and they go and they wait to and then they pretend that something was really funny and they spit the water out while they watch a video. That's at the black zone too. Okay, that's pretty dog shit. I don't think that that's really very meaningful or particularly entertaining.
And they're not even fully there. They're like barely reacting to it. They're just like kind of letting the video.
Thank you so much, Paradoxical, for the small gut, brother.
Video play as a substitute.
Okay, but you disagree with me on
for their chat to be entertained with. No, I don't disagree with you on that. The only element of the outside of the gray zone conversation that we could be having is that there, even in that situation, there's not enough data. You pulled up Vince's video or Vince's statement on it, but there's still not enough data on whether or not that is valuable or not, especially if like valuable? Certain
what do you mean?
Is it just he's not necessarily wrong. I understand what he's saying. Like what he's saying is like, hey, remove the morality and all that from it. Is the reaction in XQC specifically, is his reaction a plus for Vince Vintage? Is basically what he's saying. And I think you can make a reasonable argument because there's almost nothing added to it that the answer is no. I would speculate that no, I don't think so. There's a lot of aspects though. Again, I think the reactor audience, there is of course is always bleed through, but for the most part, reaction audiences are trying to find somebody to watch a video with them, right? It's a bunch of people who don't have parents. No, I gotta stop with that joke. I'm sorry, guys. It's a lot of people who are looking to watch something with somebody. People who are looking to make much more of a closer connection with an individual. They're looking to react to a streamer who's more personable, who's more of a person. Vince Vintage is a really nice guy, but he's like his persona is like a video essayist where he's like disconnected from his video, right? Whereas like myself, like I'm a reactor, and like a lot of the video is me and like whatever charm or charisma I bring, and you know, and these, boom, one of those, baby. To the video, and there's a little bit of a different you know, view aspect to it for some people. People are looking for a friend to watch something with. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And I don't know that XQC leached any of Vince Vintage's audience, right? It was probably his own audience that's potentially actually being introduced to Vince Vintage that might go, oh, I might want to watch that. And so I'd say at the very least, it's probably a neutral thing. But I still think that the biggest problem I have with XQC is that, here's the thing. You see two videos. One video is about birds. One is a reaction to the video about birds. If your reaction to the video about birds isn't adding enough to that video, you know, it's a 10-minute video and you've added 30 seconds to it, which is like XQC React level, there's no decentive to watch the video if you hate reactions. All you have to do is ignore the guy in the bottom and listen to like blah, 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 every once in a while. That's completely meaningless gibberish, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just watching this video. It's not a big deal, you know. And however, like if I watch Asmongold sometimes, I'll watch him, and a lot of his videos, I'll watch like a third of it, and I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna go watch the rest on the actual YouTube channel. Because Asmongold talks a lot, which you should do, and sometimes the talking is annoying, and people turn. And that's a good thing though, because that means if you find my talking annoying, this isn't for you, right? And it's time for you to go watch the core video instead. That's what I would say. Right? And so that's the one issue. Again, I would still contend that, if you know as a reaction going into it, you're probably not going to, you'd probably prefer to find the original video. I think putting it in the description, which I always do, is good, because you might click on a video that I watch and click on my video, reacting to a video and go, oh shit, that's a cool video. I'm just going to go watch the other. And I'm sure people do that all the time. So, there's a lot of different moving parts to it. A lot of this is very speculative, right? And I don't necessarily disagree with Hasan, but I still think from like a moral perspective that XQC is not adding enough to a video. That's what it comes down to. That's what I would say. Half the time I watch Papa Gun videos, I just go to the original. See, look at that. Perfect. You're banned. No, I'm just kidding.
Splicing in the algorithm, is it good for a mid-sized channel?
It doesn't really matter.
Well,
like, it'd be nice, but it doesn't really matter.
The reason why this is always not like a, you can't fucking do this, you piece of shit, stop it, and then everyone changes their attitude towards it immediately. The reason why this keeps resurfacing over and over again is because there's inconsistency, not enough data on whether or not it is appropriate.
Doesn't matter.
And well, it matters because for the most part,
it matters to the contribution of the conversation, because if you're a creator and you go, oh, I think that there's a value to being reacted to, you're not going to complain. That's why it does matter. Because I think a lot of this is the social conversation. YouTube isn't Netflix. There's no social aspect to Netflix. You mostly just watch it while you fuck your girlfriend or masturbate, right? It's just, but YouTube can be a little bit more personal when it comes to reaction content, right?
Creators don't, either out of fear that they don't want to get into trouble with the large content creator, or because they genuinely see value in it, they don't complain about it, or they don't do anything about it.
Well, as XQC clearly exemplified by now attacking Vince on Twitter. I don't know if you saw this.
I did see that. That was really fucked up,
so
I think.
Scummy. Can you pull that up?
I think?
Fucking hate that.
That was definitely fucked.
It's just weird. I probably overreacted to it, but he says that he thinks. It just feels unnecessarily indecisive. Like I know it. That is fucked up if that's true.
Fucked up. He's not doing well, I don't think, at this moment.
Who's that?
I'm going to pull that up. I figured to help demonstrate what you were talking about, Ethan, I'd do an XQC style paint thing for you. So here's the chart that you were talking about. Here's Ethan at the top outside of the gray zone.
This is actually really good.
And then here is also Ethan, but in the gray zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here's just a sniper wolf down here.
That's just mean.
And then this is like dog.
This is like you're stealing content. And it doesn't matter if it's good for people. Because
I just disagree with that. I still think that, like, you could say, like, I still don't think it's reacting enough, but it does matter if it is helpful. You can't remove that from the equation, right? Like you can't prove that it is, right? And I think that if people don't want to see that reaction or whatever, like, yeah, I don't think that XQC should be making that. People are like, yo, don't react to my content. But I do still think it does matter. It's a factor. Like if somebody just watched my video and it was an hour-long video and they only added 2 minutes to it, but then like I knew for a fact that it was better for my career, then like I'm 100% down. That's my consent. You know what I mean? Like I'm consenting to it. I'm consenting to XQC reacting to stuff. React to my stuff, XQC. I'm consenting. He would never, because my content's shit. It's just reaction content. But that's my point, right? And so, of course, I think that it could be left up to the individual. But I think that based on it right now, like, just put in like a claim, or just be like, hey, take it down. Leave access to people being like, I don't want this up. I don't think it's a bad idea. Message me on Twitter if you want me to. I don't have a Twitter. Message me on Instagram if you want me to remove your React video. Maybe I should start putting that in my video. Maybe I should do that. I'll eventually do it because I'm bored. I mean, I'm old and it takes me a while.
He's literally Leafy. Get this kid literally ruined. Literally, I mean, how do you do that?
Literally.
Oh my God.
Literally.
He's re-uploading videos.
Yeah.
Period, like straight up
with very little feedback.
No.
No, I wouldn't say XQC straight up. I wouldn't say that he's straight up re-uploading videos. I would say that like he is not providing enough commentary to the video. Actually, he's also stupid, so you know what I mean. You gotta give him a little slack. You know what I mean?
Even applicable, like
what are we talking about?
Oh XQC.
Oh
he
yeah.
uploads videos.
My balls are exploding.
Of him adding 0 runtime or like 2 seconds runtime, and all he says is "That's crazy, chat."
Okay, Ethan.
That is a re-upload.
You do realize that conversation still turns into like. I agree with you, but even though I agree with you, that conversation.
But you don't agree with him, and I think that's fine. This is one of those things I don't like, though. It's like if you disagree, just say like, "No, I don't agree with you." Why are you pretending that you agree with the guy? You don't. You disagree with him, and that's okay. And that's okay. Wow, he only posted 2 videos. XQC only uploaded 2 videos yesterday. That's crazy. He used to usually post like so many more, I think. What is this? TikToks that will entertain you for 15 minutes. Let's see, how long is this video? Oh, he's just watching TikToks. He's doing Sniper Wolf. Okay. The funniest thing I have ever done.
True. It's like Breaking Bad a little.
I guess he's hanging out with Aiden Ross now. Damn, Ethan pushed him to hanging out with Aiden Ross. That's crazy. It's crazy.
It's still like, I don't like the way you're reacting, and that can be expanded.
No, it doesn't, because
but it can be expanded to someone like yourself even.
You're wrong.
What?
Saying this is crazy, chat, is not. It's not additive.
Wouldn't it be cool if I still had my TikTok and I was able to like have this conversation with Ethan? You know, I think about that sometimes. But sometimes I watch Nicky videos and I hear him say, "Never back down, never what?" And then I go, "Never give up." And I think maybe one day I'll be relevant again. You know? Never back down, never what? And it makes me feel pumped up. Makes me feel like, oh man, maybe I can get there again. Never back down, never what? I actually just watched this interesting clip of like Robert Downey Jr. talking about how Mel Gibson gave him another opportunity to blow up again. He said sometimes you gotta hug enough thorn or hug a cactus for long enough to be humbled. And I go, wow, that's basically never back down, never give up. It's a beautiful thing.
It's not critical. It literally doesn't transform. You're sitting there, re-uploaded a video. It's not there. You cannot debate that.
I'll give you.
That's my problem with. I felt like you were running D for XQC a little bit when I watched you.
No.
Yeah, because you're like this.
Well, it makes sense for him to do that, though, if you think about it. Like XQC is right before Hasan of the Hasan criticism, so it makes sense for him to be like, "Yeah, I'll defend this because at least it's not on me." You know, I get it. I get that.
Whole react harder thing is kind of like you can't criticize anybody's.
I'll give you another example. Technically, well. At the end of the day, all of this is entirely dependent on the IP holder and what they want to do with their IP. If they don't,
that's my point of why it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why it's like that's why there's always going to be back and forth. But if the IP holder is like, I don't give a shit. I love that XQC fucking watched it and said, "Oh my god, chat." But there are, of course, going to be examples of people that say, "No, actually, I don't like that," and I had no way of like even communicating that to XQC because I was terrified that his fans would eat my ass. Which is valid. I think that is what's happening currently.
I tried eating my wife's ass today, but she just took a poop and she was like, "I don't want it." But I had that dog in me today, bro. It was wild. We went to Cheesecake Factory and we got 2 margaritas. So you know what that means, you know. And then we got 2 other drinks too. It was pretty crazy. It was good, you know. It was fun. So then I got home, I took a nap, I woke up, and that's when I decided to start oversharing. Sorry.
With Vince. So,
you watched a new One Piece episode just now? Like, what was it? An actual, like, 15th of a fucking real episode? Because there was so much filler. That's the only thing I can't say about anime, bro. I'd be so much more into anime if they just didn't, like, completely try to rip their audience off constantly. It's so annoying.
What I was trying to say is, if we're looking at fair use, like, completely...
Yeah.
The reality is that unless you are directly engaging in commentary on the video that you are currently watching, you can't even use it as a narrative tool in most circumstances. I know this from my days working at the Young Turks, and I know this from what I technically do in violation of like the actual fair use laws, even when I'm uploading my YouTube videos, right? When I upload my regular YouTube videos of a news when I'm providing news analysis, unless I am directly engaging in media criticism, if I'm using a news clip as a narrative piece, that is still something that I'm technically supposed to license out.
No.
I don't know if that's true. My understanding, especially when it comes to news, is that it's actually much looser in the interpretation because it's news, and so people are actually more able to react to news because of that. You know, I'm not 100% educated, but Ethan did this thing called a lawsuit, so he might know that. But I feel like Hasan's just not right there.
There is an exception for journalism and fair use as well. There's a clause for journalists and news stuff.
You still can't use someone else's footage to, like, for example.
I don't know exactly what you mean, but I'm going to disagree with you.
Yeah, like, what does he mean? Like, use someone else's footage? Like, they're probably using someone else's footage already to do commentary on it from a news perspective, and then you're using their video to provide commentary to the situation. Like, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. Let's say, instead of me introing my video, like Rudy Giuliani wanted to see some titties today, and we're gonna take a look at that, right? And then go directly into, like, I don't know, the news article that I'm reading through. Yeah. Instead of doing that, if I played an ABC News broadcast that's like, Rudy Giuliani was found, or, you know, court documents revealed that Rudy Giuliani was really interested in seeing some tits. If I put that clip in there,
think about it,
and I don't actually immediately commentate on that clip or criticize that clip, that's technically a violation of fair use.
I don't know if that's true. I just feel like that's not true. I feel like the strategy here, and you could think I'm thinking too deep, is to, like, just make Ethan go, oh, I like Hasan, and if Hasan can convince Ethan that he's still doing something incorrectly, but Ethan still thinks it's okay, then he can feel like he won the moral argument. And then Ethan will be like, oh, okay, I guess I was wrong about this part of fair use, so I'm going to concede. And then that must mean that, you know what, I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking brain rambling. You know, maybe somebody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
You, especially if you don't license it. But
so I get, again, it depends on the whole context of the clip. But okay, let's say it is. So what?
The reason why I'm saying that is because there is a lot more that could be utilized. There's a lot more IP that could be acted on in a legal sense.
Hold on,
currently is not acted on.
The focus is changing. You're saying that IP law is too onerous, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the law necessarily.
Stop using fucking words, bro. Come on, man. What is onerous? I just don't know what words mean, bro. Involving an amount of effort and difficulty that is oppressively burdensome. So they're saying it's too difficult to parse through.
I'm talking about this notion that certain stuff that people do is just outright unacceptable and not up for debate, which I think that you...
Well, I mean, I think it's obviously up for debate, you know what I mean? You know, I think you can debate it, right?
Seem to disagree with like React Harder, this whole React Harder meme.
I think that you should react harder, of course, while at the same time understanding that we can have a debate about, like, whether XQC is actually damaging or not, right? Like, I think that we can have that. We can have the conversation. Ultimately, like, I think that his content falls in, like, the area where it's like, dude, if somebody told you to take the main shit down, like, he would just have to do it, you know, suck a fart.
The reason why I brought up the other side of it and how IP law, if legitimate,
right? But, like, criticizing XQC isn't, like, enforcing it to the maximum degree. I feel like that's almost the minimum degree, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? The maximum degree would be, like, let's get rid of ABBA and Preach videos, right? Because what they do is transformative. So
ultimately stop any kind of video from being created unless you are going into a process and, like, you know, even getting here. I'll use this because it's not gonna, because you can see it. The other one is green. Cloud amplifier. When I put this up,
crazy.
If this is showing in the background, like, this could technically be legally enforceable. Cloud amplifier could come and say, we didn't give you rights to use this in your broadcast. And, like, that is
you can sue anyone for anything.
I agree.
Dude.
That is something that I'm terrified of.
It's a case by case.
I'm terrified of it, but I'm going to do it right now. You're not terrified of it. Like, I understand what they're saying. Like, yeah, they could, but then think about that. That's, I mean, like, and I think this strengthens Hasan's argument. But but they wouldn't do that because they go, oh, free brand, brand ownership or whatever. We didn't have to pay them, which means we're not co-signing that owner, like the awareness rather, free brand awareness. We're not co-signing it because we didn't pay for him. So if he's problematic, it doesn't necessarily matter. Like, I get that. I feel like we're having, like, this is the conversations we need to have because it's a very shifting landscape. Media is different now. Back then, you used to pay money just so that you could watch fucking commercials. Like, why? Also, how come nobody's made a commercial channel? Because I feel like some commercials are entertaining, and I would watch a channel that was exclusively commercials. Like, just for a little while sometimes. Like, just to have on in the background. Why don't they do that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Basis. You can sue anyone for anything. You know what I mean? Which
is precisely why the conversation always goes back to, are you reacting hard? I don't like the way you're reacting. And then it's...
I think that we could all settle on if you get up from your chair and leave it in your video, specifically if you let the video run, you're probably not reacting hard enough, right? That's a hot take.
Entirely in the hands of the IP holder, who can say, I don't like the way you reacted.
True.
I'm going to DMCA you. And therefore...
Okay, let me ask you this. We all agree. If you upload... Let's just...
If Hasan's perspective was, I just don't care, and if the reactor doesn't like it, they should be able to reach out and say take it down, then, like, yeah, sure, I agree with that. Like, I don't necessarily care that much. Like, I don't even care what XQC is doing. And again, if I made content, I would be fine with him taking it, which is easy to say now, but... or taking it, not funny. But basically, yeah, and re-uploading it with a little commentary, because I feel like there'd be value in that. But at the end of the day, it really is up to, like, a lot of the IP holders and stuff, and... I like the YouTube sphere. It keeps it alive, being able to do stuff like this. Like, I really do think that getting rid of those kind of reactions could potentially have a negative impact on YouTube. People like this type of content. It's a whole new parasocial audience that's, like, looking for a friend. We're all lonely and fucking pathetic losers, So I think it's a really beneficial aspect just to the community in general.
We're going to talk about Vince's video. I re-upload it to my channel wholesale. Unacceptable.
What does he mean by wholesale? I think he's not enough reactions.
Yeah. So now I
it just means it wholesale.
Okay, the channel of me just sitting there in the corner like this. Okay? It's the same video, re-upload it, except there's just a square of me sitting like this.
Based.
Just blankly the whole time. Is that acceptable?
It's dependent on what Vince...
I would say, like, no, it's not enough. But if Vince was okay with it, sure. The thing is that, like, there's a difference between just doing almost nothing versus... You know what I mean? Versus doing that. Or doing almost nothing versus trying to react. That's fucking crazy.
This is acceptable or not.
That means it's not. Because you don't need...
It's general... the reason I don't know. I think maybe I do agree. I don't know. Only because, like, Ethan did that with the Meat Canyon video, but he asked permission explicitly first. So I get what he's saying. Okay.
Permission to transform content.
Yes, but...
Guys, I have to run defense for reaction streamers, okay? Fuck, I'm so adjacent because I am one. Holy shit.
So you think that
React
it's
Andrew,
not
am I right?
straight up...
I did get a reactor come in the other day and say, oh, thank you for, I really liked your reaction in your video. Thank you, React Andy. And he said it, like, in a fun way. React Andy's like, it's like the N word with an A, It's like a casual, like, hey, friend, React. That, you know what I mean? Okay. I want to highlight the person that did it if I can. Oh, yeah. I never pinned it. I got to pin this guy's the comment. It's the guy Cheatly or Schleeply. Fuck. It's this guy. He came in and he popped in and he said, good review, dog, with a W. That's how you know we're friends. Couple of notes, and he gave me his notes on there. And then he said W React Andy. So, it was a good video. So, I'll put him in the description. Is under sources, if you want to check him out. He had a nice video. There was a nice bounce off of it. So
indefensible to sit in a box and stare at the camera while the video plays.
I think that it is. My personal opinion on it is that it is absolutely, one, not good content, and two, indefensible to do that.
Okay.
However, given that it's entirely up to the IP holder themselves to either make a claim, DMCA the channel.
You can say about anything. I mean,
but the reason
that takes the react harder thing. I want to talk about that.
Like, I understand what Hasan is saying. Like, there's somebody who just re-uploaded like a fucking video I did once. Like, not even themselves in the corner. I DMCA'd and they took it out. Like, that's fine. I get that, but you should have that respect in mind of reacting enough to change the video. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna see how much I can get away with until I get like fucking DMCA struck. You should be like, you know what? My goal is to not get struck. You know, I want to react hard enough so that like people feel like I'm being a respectful reactor. You're part of an atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like you should try to at least have a level of respect for what you're doing.
So the reason why I'm stating that, the reason why I'm mentioning this is the reason why a lot of people are still going to be confused at the end of this conversation, because no matter what happens, we are not going to end up with clear-cut boundaries, like well-defined boundaries that are even enforceable, not legally, but like enforceable from a terms of service or enforceable.
Well, that's true only because like YouTube's not going to oh my god, YouTube's not going to enforce it, because then that like I think that means that they have to continuously enforce it, and so they just give you the tool and you move on. But if they actually start taking a harder stance against it, then they have like a higher expectation to continuously take a hard stance. That's why Twitch didn't do a goddamn thing about like fucking Cake Boss over here, because then that would have just set the standard that they would have had to continuously do. You know, if they would have had to continue to you know, operate in the capacity of monitoring and policing that. So yeah,
there will never be terms of service because it's not a policy thing.
Yeah,
but I disagree, because I feel like it's pretty obvious when it's clear cut wrong. Like if you were to sit in a box and stare, which is essentially what XQC does. He adds stuff like what crazy. What? So that's not different than sitting in a box and staring.
I don't disagree with you on that. I do think that from a like content standpoint, I think that it is unacceptable to do that.
Okay.
So you mentioned Sniper Wolf. You said that it's in the bottom of the gray area, which means that there is like at least some level of debatability. That means that there's some level of acceptability.
A lot.
She talks through it, right?
Yeah.
More importantly than that, I think it's like pre-clips. Like it's
but like the
pre-selected clips that she's reacting
to. It's like a bad faith versus good faith, and like I think that Sniper Wolf is. I'd have to look at it. Frankly, I'd have to look at it really close.
Many people would disagree with you on that.
Yeah, I don't really necessarily care about Sniper Wolf. I don't think it matters. Oh well, that was not nice. I fucking hate this.
Like people, like Jack's Films would say, it's completely unacceptable.
But
it's ridiculous.
It's in the gray zone. That's my point, Hasan.
Yeah. What I'm simply stating is, depending on the IP holder and depending on how the crowd is receiving it, clearly people want to even watch XQC be in the fucking corner and go.
Doesn't matter if they want to watch it, bro. Doesn't transform it.
I know, but they find it transformative enough. If it's a substitute, for the original video itself, when XQ's face is associated with it, then there's enough people. Like his argument, I think, is I'm going to try to.
Well, his argument is I just don't care. So I don't think he has a real argument. His argument is like he tried to make Ethan angry, and he went in there completely unprepared because he was a fucking idiot. That's what really happened.
Do my best to argue from his perspective, even though I don't agree with re-uploading his videos, like in the way that he re-uploads them for sure. Or re-uploading a video that's a straight VOD rip where the only feedback you have is, come on, chat, that's crazy, like the clip that you put together. I think that's silly. However, I think his argument is, I don't care if these videos are out there, if they monetize it, if someone else, if a smaller content creator has an MCN and they can monetize it, then they should monetize my video. That's great. That's number one. Number two, if they don't want it and they want to DMCA it, I'm perfectly happy to DMCA it as well, because I'm not using YouTube as a way to make additional money, generate additional revenue. I'm using it as a way for people to watch these VODs that they normally would not be able to take part in.
Keep it on Twitch. Don't upload it to YouTube. It doesn't matter that
I don't think that's his argument. I think he just doesn't care. I don't think I think XQC. By the way, and this is why I like XQC more than Hasan, because Hasan's like trying to fucking make up pretend arguments to this shit. Bro, he just doesn't give a fuck. That's really what it comes down to. If you and even if like I don't find that right, I respect the honesty and not pathetically, desperately trying to be agreeable and likable. So that's why I like XQC as a person. Well, I don't know him as a person, but you get my point. Because he just says, like, I don't give a fuck. He just says, never back down, never what? No, he just doesn't give a fuck. And it's like, okay, like, he's honest. You know, he doesn't play the YouTube game where everybody, like, pretends that they fucking care when they don't. Like, that's the part that is so goddamn annoying. And that's what Hasan's doing. He's being such a baby.
They have remedies. It's not their responsibility to chase him down, to fucking remedy his theft. I don't know.
I don't
To me, it's like I think that even by having this conversation, it's running defense for XQC a little bit. It is because it
well, yeah, it literally is. That's the whole point.
You know,
of it.
It creates a sense of like there's some conversation to be had about it, and I just don't think there is. I really don't. Not in his case.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go all the way back to Jax. What was his name? Jinx. Everybody.
Well, I would say my understanding is Hasan. I mean, XQC is much worse than Jinx. Or Jinx is much worse than him. Like Jinx literally did nothing. At least sometimes he'll pause the video and add a little bit to the video. It mostly like, oh, chat, you know, maybe it's not enough, but I mean, I guess Jinx really, he really just set the stage. You know, he should have just fucking streamed on Twitch, I guess, right?
I don't know anything about
Jinx was a guy who was uploading videos exactly like XQC does today. It was like, how long ago was that? Like 6 years ago? Everybody agreed that somehow what this guy was doing was mega fucked up, and he got like bullied off the internet.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden XQC is doing it, and all these Twitch streamers are doing it, and it's like, oh, we like them. They're cool. Now we're going to upload. It's even worse, frankly, than what he used to upload. And, you know, now that the cool guy is doing it, let's have a conversation about if this is fair use or not. I mean, it's fucking absurd in my.
I'll say, like, listen, first of all, my understanding is Jinx literally did not even pause the video. I could just be wrong. But like, yeah, of course we're going to have like social shifting conversations, especially with an introduction of like of streamers and all that. So, you know, I guess Jinx was just before his time, bro. He was just before his time. Came too early, just like I do sometimes.
My opinion, it's absurd. It's just wrong. Period. Black.
Oh, okay. So
I know he's black.
It's not fair use, and the reason why it's not fair use. I don't think that it would be it would be deliberated on in a way that is like good for XQC if that actually came down to it. If by some insanity that XQC's YouTube channel was DMCA'd. For one of those VODs.
Yeah.
That would mean
and then he countered it, and it actually went to a court of law. He's getting fucking eviscerated, right?
Right.
Which is why he understands that, which is why he doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't care. However, that is precisely what I'm trying to say, is that fair use is far more expansive. Like, you have been able to create, you've actually done something crazy and have been able to create some precedent. But beyond that precedent, fair use in the way that we still analyze it, in the way that we still utilize it, even in ways that the content watchers don't understand but take for granted, is still outside of the boundaries of fair use.
It's not even a discussion about legality, okay? Because again, who's to decide?
Well, the reason why I mention it from a legality point of view is because you're asking, like, why are people not getting more mad at this, or why are people not stopping this? If that's your question, then... No,
XQC should be ostracized. This should not be a norm that people are like, yeah, this is cool. He's just re-uploading people's content whole fucking sale.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think people care that much. I don't even think that all of the people getting reacted to necessarily care. You know, and I don't care that much either. And you say it's because you're a React streamer. Yeah, I guess so. But like, also, it's like, yeah, he's doing a bad thing he shouldn't. But like, I'm not personally invested in it. If you care as a video uploader, go and just like DMCA his stuff or reach out to him and ask him to take it down. You know what I mean? I don't think that this is like the moral. This is like the number one thing morally plaguing us as a people. I think, you know what I mean. I think that that's what I think. You know. Play, Ethan. Play.
This should not be like something that people can do without catching the whole, you know, catching shit from the whole internet. It's not even about fair use law.
Yeah,
it's about right and wrong. Okay.
Ultimately, I think if I'm going to be as like. In order to wrap this up, I think what you're trying to say is that there should be some well-established boundaries that are not legally enforceable, obviously, because technically everything that you mentioned in the gray area is quite literally a violation potentially of fair use, right?
Okay.
So it's not, we're not talking about like legally enforceable fair use. We're talking simply about what level of commentary.
Commentary.
Like, what is the
welcome.
Bottom level of commentary of acceptability, and how can we
And what's
create
below that?
some kind of how can we create some kind of social enforcement of it by ostracizing people for violating it clearly and regularly, right? That's what you're trying to say.
I shouldn't have came first.
Because if that's your point of view,
There's a black zone. There's a black
Yes.
zone.
if
Which
that's your
XQC is
point of
clearly
view,
in, yeah.
if that's your point of view, I agree with you, especially when
don't.
it is.
He doesn't though. You don't agree that XQC should be shunned. I don't either. I don't really care. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, you know what I mean? But why is Hasan pretending that he cares? Like, stop pretending that you care. It's like he's playing the enlightened centrist game right now. For all that Hasan likes to say, oh, enlightened centrist, blah blah blah, he's literally playing the enlightened centrist right now. So Jesus.
In a way to protect smaller content creators that want to
Even
generate
big
revenue.
content creators, doesn't fucking matter. You don't get to steal anybody's shit.
No, I know.
Oh,
I'm
I
saying
do.
It's like,
I agree
do.
with you, especially as in like
I think gamers should be able to steal people's stuff because it's like basically reparations for all the systemic oppression that gamers have gone to, because gamers are the most oppressed group, and that's a fact, you know. So like, boom, there we go. I think like take that, woke Hasan, Hastanabi.
I agree with you across the board, and
you don't.
especially on
Stop pretending.
defending smaller content creators.
Stop
I agree with
pretending.
you
Stop
on that
pretending.
front.
Stop pretending you don't agree with him. You just said earlier that you think that there could be a benefit to it. When I agree, so stop saying that you agree. It's so weird. It's just like so dishonest. Like, stop pretending. Like, Hasan doesn't agree with anything that Ethan's saying, but he's saying that he agrees. It's just so, like, it's just so annoying. It's just so childish. Like, how could you be friends with somebody who just lies to your face like that in such an unnecessary way?
If you're talking about social ostracization.
so what is your point regarding the black zone? Because that's the part I'm curious about.
Regarding the black zone, social ostracization would still ultimately rely on.
Let's not even talk
what
about
it-
consequence, just right or wrong.
Do I think it's wrong to re-upload someone else's VOD or your own VOD rip that you didn't actually put a
Edit or
tremendous amount of
react
effort
in?
into? Yeah,
Well, we don't put tremendous amount of effort into anything that we're doing, Hasan. Stop pretending that either, okay? It's not that difficult, you know. But
I said that already. We agree on
like,
that.
obviously, it's more effort to react than to not react, but like, it's not tremendous amounts of effort. You fucking baby.
Onto YouTube especially, is it? Because then it does operate
so
in
then
some degree
in-
as a market substitute.
Okay, so then
It's
in
all-
regard to the black zone, the
Yeah.
react
In
harder
regard
meme
to the
isn't really
Among Us.
applicable.
What?
The criticism is still you're not reacting hard enough.
Yes, that's as
Right,
good
but
criticism.
sometimes that's valid criticism.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it is.
Like when you're just sitting
It
there.
is, of course. Even though Hasan has been insistent that it's not a good criticism. This dude's just lying. He agrees with Ethan and then he disagrees. It doesn't fucking make sense. This is crazy.
It is, of course.
So what's wrong
still
with
valid
saying
criticism.
you're not reacting hard enough? So what's wrong with saying that in the black zone?
Well, it's because it's not enforceable in any meaningful
Who
capacity.
cares?
We're not talking about enforcement.
And
We're talking
also
about
that boundary that you're setting is a boundary that you're
piss.
setting, is a boundary that your audience is setting.
So?
It's ultimately not a boundary that is always going to be the same for every single person.
Who cares?
Just like you mentioned, XQC is well liked. So for a very long time, it was not something that they yelled at him for. I
as
am
you
not
said
very
in
well
your
liked.
video, you
just
have a
die.
dog in this fight. So I don't know if you're ever going to be willing to meet me there.
Well,
No,
I-
it's not even that. It's not. He has. It's like, dude, it's insufferable to hear Hasan disagree with Ethan and then agree with him again, just so that he can like be likable. Like, this guy's a fucking pussy. Listening to him is insufferable. Like, he's such a coward. He's a baby. He just be like, I disagree with you, Ethan. Let's just move on. Stop being like, I agree with you. Oh, actually, no, I agree with you. And then go on. You're disagreeing with him in an agreeable tone. It's insufferable. It's so annoying.
I have two dogs in the
Oh
fight.
my god.
We're talking about like in practice application. In theory, I also personally believe that information is not a scarce good. Like, there is no scarcity in information. You put it out.
Papa, so you're saying if you don't want to be stolen from, go to the police? No, they shouldn't steal. I mean, no, not really. I mean, like, it's not really getting stolen from. Nobody's taking your video down and uploading their own video. It's like, it's not stolen in the same context as like, oh, you go to the police. Like, if somebody VOD rips me right now, or if somebody takes like a video I upload and they put it up on their thing right now, like, of course I'm going to DMCA strike it, but at the same time, like, mine's still up, so it's not like they like stole it in this way where I lost ownership of it. right? All I had to do was use the YouTube thing and go, oh, this asshole needs to take it down. Like, it was not like that huge of a thing, right? So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Take it down if you don't like it. Like, it's not as difficult as going to the police and for however many hours and dealing with incompetency. It's literally just like DMCA it. Or reach out to them or something, you know? But you're not losing ownership of your own thing because somebody, like, takes it. Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
What does that have to do with re-uploading someone's video?
Everything. It's just, that is the basis of IP. IP is technically, IP on content is technically a concept that that is no different than enclosures, but this time in the digital sphere. Enclosures on art. If we're talking about in theory, if I'm talking about idealistically,
It's called art.
that's my second dog in the fight. I think that limiting information makes it harder for new forms of derivative art.
Okay, but so are you against all IP law?
I don't know where the exact boundaries.
Bro, it's like why Hasan is a fucking idiot. Like, he's just blabbering. What this guy's blabbering about, dude? You're gonna say dude, shut up. Like, oh my God.
As we talked about last week.
Yeah, let's not rehash that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
There's actually a YouTuber who's a libertarian that
Whoa!
unironically has a very interesting argument about copyright tax.
I doubt it.
Like, he believes that America could implement some sort of copyright tax across the board, and then there would be no copyright in general. You could still, you could still go after people in litigation.
How does that help, like, the original creator? I wonder.
It's
not really that interesting to me. I don't. Why would? Okay. So the government. How is that libertarian? Because what you're saying then is the government basically owns the copyright. Like, I don't understand.
Uploading your content in its entirety, so there's still a space of protection there.
Okay.
But overall,
cool.
There would be a massive, almost $1 trillion fund that you spend on media that the government would spend. Therefore,
for what?
Limiting at least one element of
this doesn't sound like libertarian at all. It sounds like communist or socialist. How isn't libertarian? I feel like that's okay. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. Whatever. I don't care. I don't even care.
The field of content creation and copyright, and this would actually open up the other side of the conversation that I've advocated for, which is access to copyrighted material without having enough money. That's why I talked about, like, growing up in Turkey and why I believe in piracy. If you don't...
No, you shut up. You're rich. You didn't have to pirate anything. Just shut up. Stop pretending. It's so annoying. He's like a baby. There's a difference between, being like, oh, we don't have the newest Adam Sandler movie in my country, I'm going to steal it or rip it off the internet, versus like, oh, let me re-upload somebody's video in the corner while my mommy makes dinner or while I make dinner for myself because mommy's not home. Like,
don't have the money or access to be able to receive this copyrighted.
I just I just want to make it clear because I'm not talking.
How can I do almost no reaction to content but still make it socialist? Oh, well, what if we did a copyright tax? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's not that deep. Like, just react harder. You know what I mean? Just that's it. React harder. That's all you got to do. How many minutes are we into this thing right now? 15. It started at 15. We're at 30. We've done 25 minutes of a video, and right now this segment's been an hour. So, like, just about. So I think I've reacted hard enough.
Talking about any of that, and I don't want it to be confused. I'm just talking. But anyway, Ela has some notes. She says,
"Oh, she has some notes,"
and I think this is a good point. We shouldn't even call what XQC does react. It's a watch party.
That's fair.
And when you frame it like that, it's a watch party. Then you really understand that it's
That's
not.
actually a really good point. It is a watch party.
It's not.
You're not wrong about that at all.
So there you go. You're just sharing.
Yeah.
This video. You're not.
Yeah.
Transforming it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. You shouldn't just be sharing the video.
I think XQC would agree with that. Technically, it is a watch party. There is a watch party. There is a watch party mechanism on Twitch as well. As a matter of fact,
Whoa,
the only issue is, given international IP restrictions, the watch party mechanism only works for Amazon Studios properties, and it basically destroys your VOD, and it shuts off people that aren't in Canada or aren't in the United States of America from actually watching your stream. It like geolocks your stream, which is really shitty.
That's the black zone. We're not watch parties should not be re-uploaded. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
No React.
Yeah, he says that, but he doesn't agree. So
Harder. Just not even. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. So that's that.
are they actually done?
The watch party.
But I do think
the watch party distinction is actually very good.
Yeah.
It says that's that, but there's 10 more minutes in this segment. It looks like.
Yeah.
But I do think
like that.
that's like XQC watching a whole ass movie and then whatever. The point is that I do think that the way you framed the React harder argument isn't a totally.
I'd say, like, here's the thing to the whole watching a whole movie thing, because I've thought about that. I don't know if I fully explored my idea, but here's the thing: anybody can go on YouTube and it's basically free, right? You might have to watch some ads, whatever. If you want to go on to watch a movie, let's say it's locked behind Netflix, you have to have the Netflix subscription. So, like, reacting on YouTube to a Netflix property, it makes sense as to why you can't do it. In the same way, where, like, I don't think you should be able to react to somebody's like private Patreon shit. Right, but if you're on Netflix and Netflix says go for it, and you reacted to it on Netflix, who cares? You know what I mean? But that's the thing, is that it's a completely different medium where, like, it's free. Watching YouTube is effectively free. There's ads, of course, but it's effectively free. Watching TikTok is effectively free. It's a different type of a media. There's a different atmosphere. There's no buy-in to it. You don't have to, like, go to a producer to make a this, that, and the other thing. You know, I think it's a very different atmosphere than something on Netflix. So
fair or accurate, and does end up running defense for people like XQC who are re-uploading watch parties to YouTube. Thank you.
Okay, Ethan.
Sure, I'll agree.
Sure,
I rest my
I'll
case.
agree. Even though he doesn't agree. Look at that condescending. He's so angry. Hasan is so triggered right now. It's actually so funny. Oh
All right.
my god.
That's just me now.
Okay, shut up, XQC. Oh yeah, I wanted to show this just to kind of
I think this is the point. This is the point where I have to do the worm.
do the fucking worm
I
right
can't
now.
do the
dude.
worm. I can't. That's why I'm extra owned. He owned you.
Well, I told this yesterday, but when I was doing my members live, they're like, "Dude, do the worm." I was like, "Hell no, I'm not getting that video out on the internet."
That's true.
I'm not gonna
and
make
you're
that
a man
mistake.
with a lot of videos of himself out on the internet that your haters use against you all the time.
I don't need
you
that one.
fucking personally uploaded.
Yeah, there's already me in a diaper. I don't need fucking worm.
It's so stupid when they're like, they do that to me too, or like the Andrew Tate fanboys would be like, remember when Hasan was in a dress? I'm like, bro, I put that out there. That's like a very viral TikTok that you are clipping to be like, I owned you. What, you think I accidentally dressed like a beautiful woman?
Accidentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you think? No, that took fucking an hour of makeup, idiot.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's the same.
And I look fucking hot.
So in this conversation with XUC, he says that if anybody wants to come to me and say, hey, you stole my shit, I'll take it down. I'll pay them. I'll do whatever it takes. Please, please, please. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, this was fucked up.
So as I told him, this guy, Vince Vintage, actually shared his message. Now, this morning or last night, this message pissed me the fuck off. This is some scumbag level shit.
Oh shit.
Now, in basically a contrast to what he said the day before, he says this Vince Vintage guy, tagging him, he praises Real Mizkif for doing the exact same thing I did. Now, let me go back and say that Vince Vintage already in his message explained why he called out XQC and not other React streamers. So already he's pretending to not know that, to make him look like dishonest or a hypocrite for doing the exact same thing I did, and flips it on me when the tide shift. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You've always been an asshole. Just
Wait,
like
can I
Todd.
say something about this part?
No. Please
Go
don't.
ahead.
No, he didn't just flip it on him when the tide shifted. I
Yeah.
didn't even know this. I responded to his tweet. He tweeted about how much he loved my reaction to his video
Did you come? Did it make you come, Hasan?
in fucking 2022, way before the tides had ever shifted. Actually, as a matter of fact, when people were ripping on me for reacts and saying Mr. Chair React guy, like XQC did, ironically.
Well, because you did a J react to JXC. That's all you did. You just put it on and like, yeah, so.
Like, so, no, this guy has been like,
Obviously.
But I need to
openly,
make it to 8
openly
hours.
praised.
But guys, I need to sometimes just play videos and not react to them on my stream because you don't understand. Like, I'm oppressed. I have to. I have to stream for 8 whole hours a day. I didn't choose this. I didn't choose to make an exclusivity deal with Amazon, one of the most oppressive countries in the entire world that I constantly speak out against. I didn't choose to take that exclusivity contract to force me to sit there and just leave my chair in the stream going. I have to do it. I'm forced to. I can't. I have to re-upload the contract every year. I need to make millions of dollars. I can't not do it. You don't understand how much of a victim I am. Incredible.
Amazing Twitch streamers that have reacted to his videos in a way that he considers to be good and trans.
Yeah, I mean, I reacted to a couple of his videos. All right, so he was in there the other day during when I was watching the Ethan stream. Excuse me, I was reacting to it. So that was cool.
Transformative and also beneficial to his channel for a year, like for an entire fucking year.
Also, if somebody whose shit you stole is like, yeah, I didn't like the way you do that, then you shut the fuck up and listen.
Oh,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, let me give you a great example of this.
No.
There's a YouTuber out there who has made a fuck ton of videos about me, okay? They were 100% right when they got mad at me for playing their video and not watching it, which is ironic because I don't think any of the videos that they've made about me since then features this part. I've apologized. I've apologized multiple times and said, like, I'm changing certain things. You're absolutely right about this. Like, I apologize.
But he didn't change it. And why aren't you? He's talking about JXC. He's talking about JXC. And he can't even say the person's name. I apologize, but he won't say the person's name. Do you like that? Do you like how he's refusing to say isn't that crazy?
Apologized 3 fucking years ago.
And you never changed the content. You even admitted to that last time you were talking to Ethan. He's like, yeah, there's some stuff. Ethan was like, oh, why don't you just leave stuff on? Well, I gotta cook. But I'll take my phone with me. But like sometimes my mom's not home to make me chicken. Okay.
Now that person, they still make videos all the time. But I was wrong. I owned up to it. I was fucking wrong.
Dude, he's lying. No, he didn't. He refused to say the name of the person, which I'm assuming is JXC. And Ethan even pushed him on this last episode. Hasan was still justifying why he can't do his own stuff. He's like, well, my mommy's not home to make me chicken. Sometimes I pause the video. Oh, I've considered doing something like some kind of a transition screen when I go potty, but it's just so much easier to leave the video running. It's like, dude, what? This guy's he's just a lying Larry. This guy's just a lying lanyard. You guys remember making those? It's just crazy. This is wild. Yeah, calling somebody. He called JXC a Nazi. Oh, I wouldn't apology. I forgot that's an apology nowadays, apparently.
Even though I hate when people try to farm drama as much as they
they're farming drama. Guys, I apologize. It's just drama farming, though. Dude, he's unhinged. He doesn't care. I hate this. Stop pretending that you care, dude. You're just lying. This is wild.
We can't offer shit like that. But
it's just drama farming.
You have to admit if you're doing this sort of thing.
You have to admit, guys. Here is the glorious apology virtue signal. All right, this is one of the things that I hate. Like, listen, people should apologize when they make mistakes, but one of the things that you guys have to be careful of is the virtue signal apology. That's like, guys, I'm the good person. I made such a heinous mistake. How could I? I'm gonna make change. Blah blah blah. This is Hasan's virtue signal. He's just virtue signaling right now.
Mad at you, and I hadn't even re-uploaded that, by the way, to YouTube, my fucking chair react or whatever, even though that's where the chair react meme comes from.
Okay.
I was wrong, and I stopped doing that. You have to, you can't on the one hand be like, if you DMCA me, I have no issue with this, I will pay you 10x, and then turn around and fucking shit on the person and be like, that's a paid actor. Because you're then proving their point.
Dude, yeah. Well, yeah, and during the debate, he was like,
this guy's
dude,
babbling.
no, I'll make it up to them. I care so much about them. Then he goes, this guy blatantly lies in a tweet because I didn't respond to his DM 12 hours later.
I don't know if he's lying. I think that XQC is just a fucking idiot, right? So that's,
later. Not true. It was 2 days later. After you literally said in the debate, I'll pay him right now.
Yeah, I don't know why I even said that.
12 hours because I was flying to Vegas, bitch. How long's that flight? Flying. Yet we had sent an email 2 days before. I talked to Vince. You know why he didn't see this email? They sent it to some random fucking email for his like manager. It didn't even go to his box. And by the way, remember how he said 10x? Here's his editor reaching out. I can compensate you for the full revenue. Oh, really, bitch? What happened to 10x?
Damn.
Why don't you open with that, you fucking scammer?
I mean, it was always a dumb thing to say. I will repay anything. It's a dumb precedent to set because then now everybody's going to claim XQC because they're like, oh, I'll just get a 10x payday. Like he reacts to a video of yours and you wait a week and then you're like, oh, here we go, give me 10x, baby. It was a stupid thing to even offer money in the first place. Because again, you don't even know if it cannibalized his views. It might have just been. It probably was just XQC's like React brain audience that like needs somebody to talk over a video.
So here he shows, I guess, him saying Mizkiff showing love. Again, where's the tweet of him saying, thanks, XQC?
Warren, I'm gonna light myself on fire because of you. I don't even know why I'm responding to you. I literally watched these guys talk about this topic like 3 days ago, and Hasan basically admitted to still doing the same shit while running defense for XQC, getting up and walking out of his chair, going, oh, but I gotta go pee-pee potty, and my mommy doesn't make me chicken no more. And like, you don't watch the stream, shut up. Like, I'm listening to Hasan talk to somebody directly and get pushed on the things he's doing wrong. Last stream, like last time I watched Ethan like 3 days ago when they had this argument, and you're like, it's not good enough. You're just you're a goblin. You're a weirdo. I shouldn't have any Hasan fan crossover. Why are you here? Why are you even here? Get out of here. Go watch Hasan, or maybe he's just not streaming right now. Go watch one of the many uploads where he just has a stream going on and he's sitting in his chair while he barely reacts and other people upload because he wants them to. This way he can play plausible deniability. Go do that. All right, but better usage of your time probably.
Steve, for reacting to my video. Why didn't you show that one? Because he fucking doesn't like the way you react to his video.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's also sent him a DM. And by the way, I know, Felix, you see those DMs because when I type you shit, you respond within 5 seconds.
He's probably terminally online, bro.
Well, he's out there flexing on you, flexing on his haters.
What are you talking about?
He has his whole house. He has your whole house on his wrist. Okay.
And
wow, that was not the most cringe thing I've ever heard in my life. I think that was Hasan's idea of a joke, but of course he's not funny. So
and then he goes, I thought I'd stay silent and let the storm pass, but no, everyone jumped on that bag one. It's currently spreading lies. I'm coming for you.
I'm coming.
Awesome, dude. Really cool fucking job here of making good on the way you steal content.
Yeah.
Scumbag, dude. Petulant fucking child.
Damn,
incapable
dude.
of taking any criticism.
I think the way XQC presented himself, if he actually was like, oh yeah, I'll make amends, and responded to Vince's DM and was like, here, give me your PayPal, and then replied with a way to make amends, I think that this conversation would be a little bit different, considering that would mean that he is actually fulfilling what he told you.
I think maybe Hasan. I honestly, I'm at the point now where I think that Hasan has to this has to be like a strategy to make Ethan look better as a person, because there's no way that Hasan is babbling like this. It's just being so wrong so consistently. It's actually insane.
On the stream,
I mean, listen,
which I think is what you're. I mean, I think that's the right thing to do. Yeah.
If I was XQC after that conversation, I'd be pretty motivated to pay that guy immediately.
I would.
And not wait 2 days and then lie and said it's only been 12 hours. Such a scumbag, dude.
Damn. True, though.
I hate that guy.
Do you want to know why I have a
Texas
dog
to
in this
Vegas
fight?
is 3 hours.
You want to know why I have a dog in this
I don't.
fight?
Because you do the same shit. You just have other people upload it to their YouTubes instead of you doing it. But it gives you awareness. So you upload the good reacts, and then you leave the bad reacts in your stream for people to upload onto YouTube, and you do nothing about it intentionally because you want them to do that, because you want the viewership. You want people to see Hasan constantly in their feed. Like, it's all intentional. You've just got in a way that do it like with plausible deniability. That's all it is. Like, that's it.
It's not to defend XQC or whatever.
It is.
It's because I do worry that if more rigorous DMCA protocols are implemented on
it's going to oppress
in a similar automated
BIPOC
fashion
people.
to YouTube, the live streaming on that website would be rendered useless, because
you don't care about
that's
that.
one part of the reason why YouTube live streaming is so difficult to accomplish, and you know this better than anybody else.
Lots of people do it. I do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
I
are you
know,
talking
but
about?
it's not the same as live streaming on Twitch.
Well, if it
which
does,
is, which is dominant in the live streaming sphere.
If it happens, it will be because of people like XQC who just sit there and watch full episodes of Hunter.
Basically, what Hasan is just saying is like, Ethan, please stop complaining. That's all he's saying the whole time.
Or Hunter.
I don't
Or who
think
watched the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or
You're
who
right
watched
about that. Yes.
The Dark Knight Begins.
Yeah.
If it happens, is a result.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll react to Vice videos and they'll pull them down like in midstream. It's weird. But then if I react to it offline and upload it, the Vice is fine with it. So it's like weird.
Of the what is actually happening there.
But that's another. That's like a. We shouldn't even get into this. I was gonna say like, I think old IP from mega corporations should immediately have a shelf life. Like
I agree.
If you're not circulating DVDs of MasterChef and new seasons of MasterChef are coming out, you should release the IP, which some companies kind of do, actually.
I feel like this is not resonating with anybody. Like, this is not resonating with like anybody that's like doing reaction content. You know, they should let us stream MasterChef. Why? What? Why? Like, why is that a thing? Just shut up. Like, that's not something. That's not even like nobody cares about that. Just stop.
You know, the window for what's it called when it goes public domain?
Yeah.
It used to be 14 years.
I do, which was great. I wonder
was
what
good.
happened.
And then
You can watch all MasterChef, like season 1, on like Amazon Prime or Hulu or Tubi. What are you babbling about, bro? Now, if it's on Tubi, maybe you should be able to watch it on your stream. That's a conversation to have, because like if it's added like think about it, like, oh, here's a free TV service, Tubi or whatever. All you have to do is watch ads sometimes or watch commercials sometimes. Okay, maybe let them watch it on stream, because those commercials are still getting viewed. There's an positive impact on the commercials. The only area where you'd have a problem with that is that since one person would be watching and then like 1,000 other people would watching through them, that like they might not be able to get the accurate watch data on there to see how much they would charge for a commercial. But then like you just figure something out, implement some kind of infrastructure for the people to do that. But I don't think that's a bad idea.
Fucking Disney. That's what happened.
And now it's like the lifetime of an author plus 50 years. It's like
or
It's not necessarily a bad idea to do some kind of like something there, you know? It's not necessarily a bad idea to do something like that or try to implement something like that.
or Disney has like used different things as well to be like,
Whoa,
well,
they use
technically
things.
also
That's
did the
crazy.
next of kin also counts or some shit like that too.
Yeah, 14 years would be great. That's enough time to make some money, and then
Thank you. That is
I totally agree with
100%.
you. But at the same time,
I fucking hate that it's like,
I agree so much.
and I mean it, by the way. For those of you who are wondering, what do you mean? Like The Dark Knight? Yes, motherfucker. The Dark Knight
after
Rises.
14
The only reason he's saying this is because he just wants to sit down and watch something while he does nothing on his stream. Like it's not coming from anywhere of like providing any commentary. He just wants to be able to sit on Twitch, do absolutely nothing, and for some reason get like money. That's all. It's just a weird thing. Like this isn't actually something. He doesn't think it's actually a good idea. He just wants to be able to play that on his stream. Like it's just unproductively. He's not going to add anything to the Dark Knight. Like that's just dumb. It's just fucking stupid.
15 minutes after 14 years.
After 14 fucking years,
That's how it
you should
used
be able
to
to
be.
watch a goddamn movie on your
14.
fucking stream. And
If this was happening, you would just see him watching that all the time. That would be it. I mean, fuck it. I would do it too. I would come on stream and I would fucking watch it. Fuck it. I'd figure out a way so that I could like video edit. I would just be on stream watching the fucking Dark Knight with you guys. We would just have a watch party. But it just doesn't seem productive. Oh, my balls! Sorry.
and repackage it if you want to, and re-upload it if you want to. It's fucking ridiculous that you can't do that.
It used to be that
It's
way. 14 years is
ridiculous.
ample time to make.
It's ridiculous. It's not just like, oh, it'd be cool if we could. It's ridiculous that you can't. I mean, the entitlement is pretty severe there, Hasan Abi. What are you talking
Money.
about?
Yes.
From
14.
your investment, and then in the public good. Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. And also, a lot of people don't see that if that was the case. By the way, you and I completely agree on this, it seems. A lot of people don't see that, like, if you are able to do that, you now have so many unique ways of being able to make new content, because all art at the end of the day whether it's the silliest artistic interpretation, it's the silliest medium, it's a fucking TikTok, whatever. All art at the end of the day is derivative. It is taking from something else. And
Bro, I mean, like, we're going to the point now where we're calling this type of commentary art. I mean, I feel like maybe that's a little inflated. Art? I don't know, dude.
They're pointing to it or directly carbon copying it. This happens in music all the time. It's probably like the foundation of the K-pop music industry, which is massively successful. We love BTS. You know what I mean?
Forever.
BTS forever.
Stan Butter.
Yeah.
Love Butter.
Yeah.
Butter's my favorite.
Dynamite.
Track.
I'm a Dynamite boy.
Dynamite?
Yeah.
I love Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, stop
Gangnam Style?
Stop limiting art from
That is not BTS.
from being made. Yeah, what the fuck?
Gangnam Style. I love it. I love casual racism based.
Gangnam
What the
Style.
fuck did you just say?
We love. No, it's.
I do
K-pop.
love Psy. I actually do
Okay,
love
yeah.
Psy
We
love
separately.
Psy.
That's not BTS. Ethan is saying that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying
No,
that.
but this is for all BTS.
Yeah, this is BTS. I love Psy as well, separately from BTS.
I like it. It depends on the person on Kick Bruce watch. Yeah, no, I think it's fine to do. Like, I think it would probably be really smart for like something like Tubi to figure out a way to deal with it. Let's see, advertising wise, publishers can adjust. Viewership wise, creators might get screwed. But the part of accepting publishers on the site. Okay, yeah, like no, that makes sense to me to do some kind of like stream TV. Here's some stuff that's appropriate to play for your stream while you're like doing nothing. I don't think that's a bad idea because like if you're making primary like amount of your money through advertisers, the advertisers will still be seen on the show as long as the agreement was like you can't skip through the ads kind of a thing. Like, okay, we're gonna play an ad, you can't mute the stream when an ad comes on, you have to watch it, and if you don't do that, we'll hit you something, and it would be difficult to prove that somebody wasn't adhering to that. And I understand that, but at the end of the day, it's something, you know. I don't think it's necessarily like the worst idea to implement something like that. So
BTS because he's a
Gotta read
anti-imperialist legend.
Yeah, Gangnam Style.
yeah, it isn't a crazy concept to apply old school impressions math to new content channels. Nielsen would used to ask people how many people live in the house. They could calculate eyes per accounts per screen. Oh, okay, so you're saying that like it's not a crazy concept to figure out like how many people are watching a streamer. Yeah, but like I feel like you need to do something like more of an automated service. So like somebody would have to be like, oh, I'm watching a thing, so that you could all I'm saying is that the only thing that the company would need to worry about is figuring out and making sure that they have enough, like they can accurately account for impressions from an advertiser perspective. That's all I'm saying, because that makes sense to me. Like obviously, the advertisers, if McDonald's comes on. If they weren't able to do that, if they couldn't figure out a system to do that, then like they could run a McDonald's ad, or the ads wouldn't be as expensive, but they'd still be getting like a lot of solid reach. But like I understand, you can make a general, whatever. That was all I was saying.
My Theodore loves that song, incidentally.
Hell yeah.
What,
What's that?
Gangnam Style?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a
Wow.
great song. It's catchy.
So anyway,
Why? Why is your kid even listening to that? I feel like that's just like weird. It's just such an old song. But okay.
all right, let's move on. Thank
He
you.
must have been Theodore. I need you to listen to this, and then he starts dancing to it. Like what the, like Gangnam Style. What a random video.
Thank you for the conversation.
I love you, Hasan.
Hasan
Yeah,
Tiker.
leftovers is over. We're done.
Woo.
We're never.
I mean, listen. All I'm gonna say is Hasan does similar content to XQC sometimes, and I find it like interesting that you have a lot of people who are very adamantly against React streamers and reaction content being friends with reactors. Like Mudahar does a fucking podcast with a reactor, and I think he's cool. I mean, I like the guy. I'm just saying, like you guys talk like it's the most. It's like a fucking affront to the entire world and the most destructive warpath for an entirety of a society, and then you're fucking doing podcasts. Like regular podcasts with reaction with people that do reaction content. It's just like, to me, it's a mixed signal. Makes me feel like you care, but not as much as you're saying you do.
We're gonna talk to one another ever again.
Let's continue to straight to the Crowder stuff because we actually spent an hour discussing.
All right, that's it. We're done. We did it, guys. We reacted very hard. This segment started at 13:30 and it's now ended at 15. 13 minus 15. I'm thinking that's 39 minutes. The entirety of the segment that I did was this video will be like an hour and 20 minutes. I think that's good.